EdgeSpark mainly addresses the issue that in 2025 to 2026, which is kind of the year one for AI, there are many new non-technical vibe coders, or let's say agentic builders, people who write code using AI coding agents like Claude Code or Codex. They actually have many great ideas, but after they've written the code, what should they do for that last mile? That is, to deploy it in the cloud. And what we actually provide is a one-stop deployment platform. The ones actually using our product, like the CLI, are actually their AI coding agents. What we want to do is to provide the best tools for these technical users so they can seamlessly communicate with their coding agents, and then the AI coding agents will realize their ideas for them. For me, this is a new experience because in the past, people might talk about UX, which is user experience, or DX, developer experience. But this time, we might want to define an AX, which is agent experience. Why is that? Because the main tool we provide is a CLI, which is the most mainstream way right now. And the so-called user of it is actually the agent, while the human user just talks to the agent in natural language, and then lets the agent handle the coding and operations. So what is a true AX? This actually requires some careful consideration. For example, when we consider security, like setting a secret, they would normally use the CLE to set the key and value directly. But when an agent is the one operating the CLI, this is actually not feasible, because we would never allow a user to directly tell their secret to the agent. Otherwise, your key would pass through, even if it's Google or Anthropic. That's the first security consideration. The second point is actually how to keep the agent from stopping as much as possible, and instead finish the task in one go. We've given the agent many capabilities. In the past, it was more like a human and an agent in a co-pilot format, completing things step by step. But here, we want to give the agent more atomic capabilities, so it doesn't get interrupted just because it lacks a certain ability. This is the most important part because the users aren't actually developers, but users with truly no technical background. So what we want to do is open up as many capabilities as possible and open them to the agent securely, letting the agent complete tasks autonomously. At the same time, we're actually serving the agent, aligning with the entire agent plugin ecosystem. We now have the basic CLI MCP and the integration of skills to fit the plugin marketplaces of Codex and Claude Code. Later, we'll provide more useful skills, as well as hooks, to provide a more powerful harness to help users focus as much as possible on just expressing their ideas, instead of communicating with the agent in frustration. Actually, Supabase and Vercel are both pioneers in their own fields. Supabase is actually a backend as a service, leader-level product right now, and Vercel is actually a platform-level product for front-end deployment. They're both role models for us to learn from, but their original intention was actually to serve developers. For example, they have complex dashboards and configurations, all integrated into the pages. Another thing is that they're too powerful, so powerful that for many agentic builders, it's a bit overkill. And while they're powerful, the trade-off is that the cost is quite high. As for us, we mainly want to serve the emerging and growing community of agentic builders. Their ideas are actually quite brilliant, and they just want to deploy quickly. Also, they don't need very complex features, at least in the early stages. Our goal is to help them quickly let their ideas bloom on every edge device. That's where the name EdgeSpark comes from. In terms of features, compared to Supabase and Vercel, we're still catching up. But in terms of the agent experience, we should be able to do better than them. Too many configurations are a cognitive and mental burden. So we've simplified these logics as much as possible, so users' agents can operate well, write good code, and deploy to the edge, ensuring high availability. That's the first stage we're pursuing right now. We're currently in a beta release state. During the release, we'll let users use it for free and won't charge any fees. Even when we officially launch later, we won't include these costs. We just want to be as open as possible to let more users keep using it and provide us with more feedback. This way, we can optimize in time and perfect our next official launch. I hope everyone can join our official Discord community. I'll be there, along with other staff, to provide as much help and interaction as possible. Let's discuss our ideas together and let everyone's ideas bloom on every edge device.